everyone. I'm Deb Haaland, Congresswoman for New Mexico's 1st Congressional District and proud member of Laguna Pueblo. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here with you virtually today. We're living through tough times right now. I'm grateful that the University of Nebraska-Lincoln has provided an opportunity to address the crisis of human trafficking in spite of these unprecedented circumstances. As one of the first Native American Congresswomen, I came into office determined to address the crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls across the country. The fact is that Native American women are more likely to face violence than any other population of women. Native communities continue to cope with the silent crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous women that has gone overlooked for far too long. That's why I introduced the Not Invisible Act to establish an advisory committee on violent crime comprised of law enforcement, tribal leaders, federal partners, service providers, and survivors to make recommendations to federal agencies and establish best practices for law enforcement on combating the epidemic of missing persons, murder, and trafficking of Native Americans and Alaska Natives. In addition, the amendments I included into the Violence Against Women Act would provide resources to Native women and combat the crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous women by providing victim advocate services to urban Indians in state courts and expanding information sharing between public safety departments in Indian country. Violence against Native women has been happening since the beginning of colonization. Its origins run deep into our communities and will take many years, federal legislation, and cultural shifts to address, and we're just scratching the surface. Conversations like these are a vital part of building awareness and combating the problem in Congress. I'm committed to continuing to raise awareness and include considerations for Native American women in legislation. Throughout this event, I hope each of you take advantage of the opportunity to learn from expert speakers and each other and walk away with a greater understanding of how we can all combat human trafficking. Thank you so much, and be fierce.